Greetings, fellow action figure connoisseurs, and welcome to another episode of Digital Caveman Presents Surprise Thursday. I, as always, am your host, the Digital Caveman, and today I will be presenting you with the Medicom Mafex No. 216 Bane from Batman Knightfall. Let's get into it! Let's start things off with a look at the packaging. And here on the top, we've got that 90s Batman logo and a piece of tape here. You can see my packaging's a little dinged up, just slightly, and that's okay. I ordered this from BBTS. They ran out of the premium, well, not premium, but the regular packaging. So I opted for, you know, the next tier down from standard and saved a couple of bucks in the process. So anyway, here we have DC logo, nice big window showcasing most of the figure and accessories. Here's some nice product shots of a nice product shot of the figure. Again, that Batman logo, Bane, Batman Knightfall version, action figure, Mafex, Medicom toy. On the bottom, warning, don't stick things in your pie hole that do not belong there. And then small, fine, legalese, made in China print, substandard grade. 15 and up, adult collectible, not a toy. What? Then on this side, we've got that nice Batman logo again, and product shot, and that Medicom sticker thingy to prove that it's actually an official product. Batman DC. And then nice photography shot of the figure. It looks like Bane, Batman Knightfall version action figure, Mafex No. 216. And then on the back we've got Bane Knightfall version action figure, and then several nice shots of the figure in action. DC, Batman, Warner Brothers, Batman all related, blah blah blah. And then some Japanese stuff, and then Mafex Night Crusader Batman not included. I guarantee you that's what it says. Medicom Toy Corporation, and then other small fine legalese stuff that I'm just not gonna go over. And again, Mafex No. 216. And that, my friends, does it for a look at the packaging. Let's take a look at the figure and his accessories. And we'll start off with the stand. And this seems to be pretty basic, at least. It's basic in the fact that it comes with, seems like, all Mafex figures, at least the 4 that I have. So you've got this clear base. It's got 1, 2, 3 ports in it, so you can position the arms different ways if you need to. It comes with this articulated arm. It has nuts on one side and screws on the other side so that you can tighten it down. And it almost looks like it has washers in there as well. So if you need to put this in like a flight pose or whatever, and then tighten the screws down to make it hold better, you can. And it does have 3 points of articulation. And, you know, it articulates about, I guess, 90 degrees at each piece. And then next up, we have the clips. You've got the round one. And it opens up, and again, it's got a screw and a nut on it, so you can close it up and then tighten it up if you need to. Got the claw one, I guess. No screws in this one though. And then I guess the crotch piece hook. I wouldn't want to hook in my crotch. Stick that back over there. Must have knocked it out of the way there. And then finally we have just like this straight unarticulated post. Now let's take a look at his extra sets of hands. He comes with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different sets of hands other than the ones on the figure. So total that's 6. So first up, we've got some karate chop hands. Looks like they're probably molded in this flesh tone, and then it's got this black paint app and the silver on it, and that'll hold true through all of the hands. Nice molded details, and you know, he's got some fingernails in there. It's not so detailed that he has fingerprints, but you know, bend lines or whatever you want to call those. So very nice. Then we have the pointing, I'm going to break you hands. And again, everything I said about the other ones, or the other pair, you know, it holds true. And it holds true for all of them. Nice paint apps, nice molded detail. Then we have the I'm gonna get you hands. So, very cool. Then the I'm really gonna get you hands. And the I'm really gonna get you hands. So all very nice pieces and appropriate to Bane. Now Bane does not have an alternate head sculpt. He does have an alternate portrait though. And this is like, well, they're both kind of angry. I think this is the really angry one. And it just kind of pops on. They didn't do a whole head because of the hoses and stuff on the back of his head. B for Bane. So, but nice, you know, I mean, all these line details in here for the mask, they are molded in there. It's not just a paint app on there. The red for the eyes, the silver for the zipper, and the white outlines for the eyes, and for the nose and mouth, chin area. So, very cool piece. Well, let's take a look at Bane himself. We'll have to raise the camera up a little bit. So, everything I said about the other portrait holds true with this one, the reds. And all, maybe this one, the other is the really angry one. This was the kinda angry one. We've got the zipper, and it does go around the back of the head, and you can actually see the pull for it right there. And you've got these hoses for the venom down here to the controller for the venom. And I wanted to say he used the belt buckle too, but I could be wrong. It's been a little while since I've read Knightfall. At least the Bane portion of them actually had just a few weeks ago read through it, but I don't remember whether he used that or not. I think it was just this on his arm. So, as far as the sculpted detail goes on it, I mean, detail in the neck here and like the bottom of the mask here. Look at those wrinkles there. And sculpted detail for his muscles. It's got some, I'm assuming, tampos for hair on his arms and on his back. And the molded detail does carry around to the back too, as well as wrinkles in his costume. And then, you know, wrinkles here. The belt is a separate piece. And then lots of nice molded wrinkle details in the pants. And really detailed for his combat boots, I guess they are. You know, right down to the laces. And they're tied. And it looks like maybe the shoestring is a little, it's like gray. It has a gray paint app to it. And the boot is black. So, very, very nice. Again, on this arm as well, the hair tampos. We've got some silver paint apps going on here. This might actually be molded in silver plastic and then paint for here, but it matches up really well. So again, on the hand, same details as before. You got the silver paint apps here on the knuckles, black for the gloves, and molded in this flesh tone color. At least that's what I'm guessing. It could be molded in black and then the flesh tones are painted on there, and could be the same here for the torso, but I think it's molded in this, and then the black is the paint app. And then it also looks like maybe it's got a little bit of wash in here on the chest to kind of help those muscles stand out. Well, let's take a look at his articulation. And the head, neck, and torso are all three separate pieces. There's like a crooked or an angled dumbbell at the top of the head, and I think there's just a ball at the bottom. So there's that. He can look up that high. He can look down that far. He's got some chicken neck. He's got waggle at the top of the neck and the bottom of the neck. Now he cannot do the full exorcist because of this hose. So, but you can get him around that far that way and about that far that way. So he still has a pretty good range of motion where he can look around him, but it's not, 100%. At the shoulder here, he has a butterfly. I say he does. It goes back a little bit. It goes forward a little bit. It'll go up and down a little bit because of the way that's attached in there. It's a hinge here, and then a dumbbell in the arm. Now, because of the hose, he can raise his arm, or he can spin his arm that far forward and almost 360 degrees backwards. And then he can raise his arm up slightly better than 90 degrees. There's a cut here at the upper bicep. Again, because of the hose, it really won't do that full 360 degrees. The other side does. Double hinged pinless elbow, and it gives you that much bend. So, okay, not horrible. Not super great. 360 degrees of rotation at the wrist. And the wrist is on a ball joint with a pin going into the arm, and then another one going into the fist. This one is set to up and down. I think the other one is too. Nope, it's set to in and out. So you can adjust those however you like. So about mid-torso, there's a cut here. And then there's also a cut here at the waist. And they're both on dumbbells, I do believe. Now in conjunction, he gets all kinds of hula there. He can lean way back like that. He can crunch way forward like that. He can lean left and right. So, very cool. He will rotate a full 360 degrees at this upper torso joint, and then also at the waist as well. Pull down hinge in the hips, and that allows him to do that much of the split. So almost the full splits, not quite though. He can kick forward about 90 degrees, it looks like. And back about a full step. Nothing in the thighs. It does have a little bit of swivel here at the hips though. The legs do. Double hinged pinless knee. And it gives you that much bend, so that's pretty good range. Then, even though it would have been nice to have a boot cut right here at the mid shin, and the sculpt allowed for it, they, Mafex figures don't have thigh or boot cuts, so if you were expecting one there, you're not getting it. And okay, well, there's a look at the hinge in his foot. It's a little different than what I was expecting. It's not that ball joint like we normally get. So it doesn't go back and forth and it doesn't really go side to side either. So no tilt and no rocker. That's an odd choice, especially for Mafex. And it just pops back in there. And I say no rocker, but maybe it's in the upper part here is where it does it. So you do have some rocker tilts in that far, tilts out that far. And, you know, where it rocks in and out that far. So you can kind of tilt the foot that far and then that far forward. So not a whole lot of range of motion there. Now he does also have some toe tilt, and again, not the range of motion you would expect on a Mafex. So pretty good range for the most part, except for maybe the feet and ankles. But still not disappointing. And as far as swapping the faceplate out, you can see right here along this line where it comes apart, and you just kind of work at it a little bit. You might have to get your fingernail in there and pry a little bit, but just a little bit. And then you want to swap the faceplate out. You just line all the ports and the posts up, and there you go. Now he's really angry. And there you have it, my friends. That's a look at the figure and his accessories. It's time for my favorite part of a review, comparisons. And here we have the Medicom Mafex number 216 Bane Batman Knightfall version with the Medicom Mafex number 215 Night Crusader Batman, the Mattel DC Universe Classics Detective Batman, the Mattel DC Universe Classics Azrael Batman, and the Mattel DC Universe Classics Bane Build-A-Figure. For our final set of comparisons, here we have the Medicom Mafex number 216 Bane Batman Knightfall version, with from the Marvel Legends series making his cameo appearance Stan the Man Lee, from G.I. Joe Classified series the Hasbro Pulse exclusive Regal variant Cobra Commander, from Star Wars The Black series the Archive Edition 501st Legion Clone Trooper, and for a 7-inch scale comparison from the Masters of the Universe Masterverse line, the 40th Anniversary He-Man. For final thoughts on the Medicom Mafex number 216 Bane Batman Knightfall Edition, I have to say this Bane feels a little bit small for him to be juiced up on Venom. Just slightly. But for regular, like, super juicing Bane, then, this one is good. And, I mean, even for hyped up Bane, it's not bad. It's just, to me, I feel like just a tad on the small side. Especially when you compare it to the Build-A-Figure from DC Universe Classics. That one's slightly a little bit bigger. Of course, it's trade-offs. This one has, better paint, better plastics, better articulation, or more articulation. And, that one is just kind of plain Jane, at this point, what I would call basic adult collector articulation. And range of movement, and, so on and so forth. So this one is a vast improvement over that Bane. That was the last Bane that I have. I don't have any of the DC Multiverse McFarlane, like the movie Bane or anything like that, or the really super huge big Bane from either the Knightfall 2-pack or what was it, the Arkham games Bane. So I don't have either one of those to compare it to, but I know those dudes are really, really huge. And to me, those feel more like Kelly Jones cover Banes than, you know, something that you would, I guess, use every day. Not that you'd be using Bane every day. But anyway, this figure itself, it looks great. The paint apps are great. It moves spectacularly. The changing out of the faceplate, I think that works really, really well with this figure, because it would be hard to do alternate whole heads because of the wires and stuff, you know, on the back of the skull there. So I think the solution they found to that was good and works well. All the alternate hands that he comes with, I mean, I can't think of any other hand that you would need for a Bane. And the range of movement on this guy is spectacular. All the articulation that he has, those points of articulation, it's all great. And this one goes really well with the Night Crusader Batman. I don't know how well it goes with the Knightfall Batman, because I don't have that Mafex figure. And on secondary market pricing, I probably won't unless they do a re-release of it, which I'm crossing my fingers for. So Mafex, if you're listening, Medicom, if you're listening, let's have a re-release on that Knightfall Batman. Let's get that Asbats back out. Or even a new one with the more armored version. Just not the red one. I don't like the red one. Well, that does it for the review. I hope you enjoyed it. I enjoyed making it. Only support from viewers like you make this programming possible. Each view does count, and I do appreciate each and every single view that I receive. Thank you, and thank you so very, very much for supporting this channel through viewing. If you are interested in supporting my channel further, I am now offering memberships at various tiers. Click the join button on my YouTube page, or check this video's description for the link and see if any membership offers are right for you, but only if you are in a position to do so. Comment below, like, share, subscribe if you would like to see more content or just help the channel grow, or both, that's even better. And don't forget to ding that bell so that in the future you will be notified as my new content becomes available. That's a wrap, folks. I'll see you next time.